This is Twanna. Good evening. Here today to talk about something that I have to say I was really guilty of. I do track it now more so than I used to, but I used to be really guilty of this one. So today I'm going to talk about limiting beliefs and self-sabotage. Okay. And so I started this one off with the question that, what if it really is you? What if the reason why you're not where you want to be really is you? What if the reason that you don't have the job you want really is you? What if the reason why you're not living in the city you want really is you? But what if it's self-sabotage? Right? It's not necessarily something you're doing on purpose, but what if it's self-sabotage? Or what if it is your set of beliefs? They're just limiting beliefs that you get to certain points and you think you just basically reach your upper limit for good things to happen in your life, and then you sabotage so that you fall back to where you were. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So just give me a few moments here. I want to share this in my group, and as well, if some of you out there that deal with self-sabotage or limiting beliefs, feel free to drop some questions in the inbox and I'll answer those. You know, while I do the Facebook Live, I love answering questions and interacting. So let me find this Facebook Live. Normally it pops up, but hey, we're just going to take a minute here and go down. There it is. I want to be sure to share it with my group. Don't you just hate it when the touch screen doesn't recognize your touch? It's like, well, who else has been touching you? Why are you not recognizing my touch? Okay, we could take it. Yeah, I took it to that level. Just a few more seconds. Okay, so by George, I think I got it finally. So yes, like I said, what if it really is you? It's not the job, it's not your supervisor, it's not your significant other, it's not your kids, it's not your church, you know, it's not your mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, cousin. What if it's really none of those things that have you stuck where you are right now? What if it's not any of that? What if it really is you? And I'll say rather than you, but your limiting beliefs, okay? You know, some of us, depending on how we grew up, and whether you grew up with a lot of money or whether you grew up with enough money, whether you grew up with not enough, our experiences in childhood kind of colors how we see things, how we do things as adults. You know, that stuff lasts really a long time. And I'm not saying that everything that we went through in childhood is bad, because, you know, I know for one thing, I saw my parents work really, really hard. I was blessed with like 15 uncles, and I saw, you know, I was able to know all of them but one who died, you know, well before I was born. So I've seen, you know, men who are hardworking and took care of their families, and I saw a lot of great things in life, okay? But I'm an Army brat, so I traveled all over with my dad, and I saw some things that were not quite maybe that great. Hey, and I think it's Key. Is it Key, Kea, or Kia? Let me know how to pronounce that. I see you there. And if you have any questions, you know, type them in the chat box and let me answer. And so, you know, when you've grown up all over, or you know, well, like I said, whether you had money, whether you didn't, wherever you grew up at, there are things that you went through that kind of colored your perception of how you see life, how you do your business, how you live life, you know. And so we, you know, and sometimes those things, they teach us to believe a certain way, to think a certain way. And sometimes those things put in what we call limiting beliefs. You know, I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. We did not have Key with an I. Okay, got it. Hi, Key. Key is one of my new members to my group. She just joined this week. So I know for me that we did not have a lot of money coming up. And so one of the ways that it colored my perception is I was like, I don't ever want to be rich. I don't want to be rich. You know, and I don't know if that was like a protective measure because we didn't have any money, so there was no danger of us being rich when I was growing up. But I can say that I never wanted to be rich, not ever. I never dreamed of being a millionaire, never dreamed of being a billionaire. There's nothing wrong with that, but the thing is this: the way I managed money for me, the way I managed money for my family, I would always get to a certain space, a certain place, and like stuff would just happen, like bam, 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 bam. You know, if I came into a windfall of $7,000, like bam, 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 and all these things would pop up, and it's almost like $7,000 didn't do me any good. If I had a windfall of $1,000, like something always came up, and it just, I kind of fell right back where I was before I even got the money. And if I got a really, really good job, got a nice promotion, something inevitably would go wrong where even though I got a nice promotion, I fell back and I kind of lived at the same place I was before I ever got the promotion. Okay. And so I, you know, after, like I said, it's just introspect in going through counseling and going through and reading and studying it and realizing that, you know, it wasn't that I couldn't get a higher paying job, because I did. You know, I interviewed, I got these things. It was really my limiting beliefs that caused me to self-sabotage. You know, sometimes at work, I would have like really important presentations come. I knew a month out they were coming. Knew 3 weeks out they were coming. I knew 3 days out it was coming. I would just wait until 24 hours before, 16 hours before, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning before I did the presentation. You know, it was just self-sabotage. It wasn't a presentation that I couldn't do. It wasn't like I didn't know the material. It wasn't like I'd gone out and collected everything. I had everything at my fingertips, but it was like something will hold me back to where I couldn't perform and make it happen at the highest level possible. Then when it didn't go quite the way I wanted, I didn't perform as well as I did. Well, you know, people, they just knew more than I did, or they were just better at this. And I would always have all these excuses, and they sounded really good. But at the end of the day, limiting beliefs caused me to self-sabotage all day long. I just had to own it. I had to own it, you know. My sister used to tell me all the time, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and for once it's not the light of an oncoming train. She used to say that to me over and over, because when great things would happen, windfalls would happen, I would sit back and start looking for the bad. I would literally sit back and start looking like, it's not here yet, but it's coming. I'm not going to do anything with this money because I know something's bad's going to happen. I just know it's coming, and I'm just going to sit here and wait for it. And so what you look for is what you get. If you look for bad things to happen in your life, yeah, you're pretty much going to get bad things. If you look for crappy relationships in your life, yeah, you're going to get crappy relationships. If you look for crappy relationships with your supervisor, yeah, you guessed it, you'll get crappy relationships with your boss, you know, and you'll keep getting job after job with the same issue each time until you recognize what your limiting beliefs are. And they are just things, you know, it's an upper limit that we hit that says, well, I'm worthy of good things, but I'm only worthy of this much. That's it. If I get this much, then I'm going to self-sabotage so I can drop back down, because I think I'm worthy of this much. I'm not worthy of that much. So if I get this much, I'm going to self-sabotage to get back down to this much. And if you're actually honest with yourself, some of us, we do it all the time. We just don't understand that we're doing it, you know? And so that's why I started this video off with, what if it really is you? What if it's your limiting beliefs? What if you have the knowledge? What if you have the education? What if you have the experience? What if you have the get up and go? What if you have the motivation, but it's your limiting beliefs, and your limiting beliefs are here. This is where it is. Okay, your limiting beliefs can get so bad that they cause you to narrow your focus. It's like looking through a tunnel. All you see is what's in that tunnel. Great things are way out here going, hey, I'm over here, I'm over here. All you gotta do is look over here, and you can do this and you can get to me.